Hey, it's Chris here. We're talking about Mr. Buddy heaters and stuff. This is my 4,000 and 9,000 BTU. This is like the mid-level. We're not talking about the heater itself. Everybody else has. This is just something that it's been out for a long time. Everybody's either done a review, hack, anything like that. We're talking about accessories for these. And I'm going to feature 3 items and maybe a bonus thing here as well about these that you can get a hold of to maximize the use on this Mr. Buddy heater. So if you're interested, stick around and stay tuned. So like I said, we are talking about Mr. Buddy heater accessories. And these are a few items that I have that I know that are accessories, and an item that I have that's not made by Mr. Heater, which some of the stuff don't have to be as well to be used. First thing we're talking about is this. These are the heater hoses, the hoses for propane to hook these up into a larger cylinder. As you can see, just a 20-pounder. Now, a lot of people know about these, and they do use them. Some people don't. They just want to buy the 1-pound tanks, which are like, what, like $3-4 a piece. And that gets kind of pricey. So this is set up for the 20-pound tank or larger. You can use, I think they have like 5-pound tanks as well. You know, smaller, larger, up to a 100-pound setup. This is a 12-foot hose. Now, they make smaller hoses, I think they like 3-6, and I know up to 20-foot. I didn't buy the 20-foot at the time. I really do wish I did. But this is the 20-foot hose, and it's not a bad little setup. I've used these a few times. I just like to put it back in the case. So, let's talk about something else. If you're going to use that hose or anything like that, make sure you use one of these. These are the filters. Those orifice ends do get clogged from bigger tanks, sediments, debris, and stuff like that, and also littler tanks too. Problem is you can't use these on littler tanks, but basically these here, this is my, I've used it before. I just like to put stuff back in the packages. It's an obsessive compulsive thing. So as I take out of the pack here, and I always like to put the original tip on. This is basically like a fuel filter. That's all it is. You screw this up into it. That's the same threads as your propane. And this is the hose here. This would be going up into the tank. Basically, that just screws right on like so. Which you have a rubber gasket there. So you have to just make sure that you're not cross-threading or anything like that. But it screws on there and it goes up in there. This catch all dirt, debris, any kind of particulates or anything like that. It doesn't clog up your system. Swear by these. These are a lifesaver, especially if you're setting for a while and that tank has all the debris on the bottom. So they're not too expensive. I'm going to put a link to everything down below. I don't have an Amazon affiliate page. Everything's just helping everybody out. So this is something that's interesting. This is a dual tank setup. This is made by Mr. Heater. I didn't know, honestly, about this until recently. I bought this, and I know somebody in the comments going to say something. I bought this at Lowe's. I was actually at a Lowe's. Yeah, I was at Home Depot or Harbor Freight. I was at Lowe's, got this on sale for 20 bucks. Put 2 propane tanks in a base, and then basically there's an aluminum. You know what? Let's talk about it. We'll actually pull it out here. So it's pretty simple setup in the box here. This is the aluminum, like a manifold, and it just has a small end. What I would suggest also is the filter. Screw the filter onto the end. You can screw it up in there, and it keeps it from, getting any kind of debris or particulates. Now, you screw 2 tanks on there, and they set right down in here. Now, this very small little buddy heaters that are like 3,500 BTU, those actually have a base on it as well that you can it just holds it on place so it stands. And it's just so the tank doesn't flop over anything. that's basically what that is. Just there's 2 tanks, or it holds 2 of these 1-pounders. So, which these are Coleman. These were from Walmart. I'm not sponsored, of course. I'm not sponsored by anybody. So, you just screw them both in, and then the line goes up in there. Pretty simple. Now, one thing I did notice here is there's a plug on the end. I can't say this. I'm not saying this for sure. I do see a lot of this pipe tape or goo that's around these ends, and it's very sticky. Now, I bought this recently. I've never even touched it, and it's very tacky. I'm assuming it's not just built, and it's cold out, so it's not going to be like it's 110 degrees. But so I don't know what's going on there, but there is a plug on the end. I don't know if you could hook something up to it and make 2. I have no idea. I'm just saying that there is a plug on the end. I don't know if that was the reason, because I mean, it looks like it would be the same as this, unless they had it where it was thought for a multi-spot manifold. So this is 1-piece steel. I think this is aluminum. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's aluminum, just 1 piece. It's probably just a big hole down through it, and these are up in there so it goes in. That's another item that you can get, and this is going to double instead of have just a regular propane tank. And if you don't have enough room to haul like a 20-pounder or whatever, you know, you have this. Now, I said I was going to show one extra thing. This is not made by it. This is actually made by Harbor Freight. This is sold at Harbor Freight, I should say. This is the refill kits. Now, this is just a simple thing. I've never used this one before. They have multiples of these. In fact, Amazon has the ones with the hoses and stuff. I'm actually looking at probably getting one of those later on. But basically, you screw this end to your propane tank, your big tank, like 20-pound, whatever you're going to fill from, and then you screw this, you know, the 1-pound canister on there, and it fills. Now, there are videos out there. I'm not putting a video out because, honestly, I don't know how to really do the tanks. I've never really done it. So, but these are also something that is a possibility that you can purchase and use, you know, if you're going to be just using them little bottles. And not even for that, there are a lot of heaters and burners and stuff, stoves that use those. But it's just something simple you can see that just screws onto your tank. And I'm not going to do it just because, but it would just go up onto there just like so, screw on there. And I'm not going to put it on there because the valve will probably hiss and spray propane out. But then this end just screws into the tank. Now, all these items you're using at your own risk. Please be responsible when it comes to anything like that. We don't want to see any kind of injuries or anything. This is just a video that shows you what is possibly out there to be used. So, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. You know, help out the channel here. We're hoping to get the channel growing a little bit more. I just haven't been able to do a lot of uploads due to stuff that's going on in my family life. But with that being said, comment down below and we'll answer your questions as much as possible. I respond to as many comments as I can, sometimes within minutes of being put out there. So I'm pretty fast at that. If not, you know, I am going to respond to people. So with that being said, we'll catch everybody later. Stay safe out there. Think spring. We're getting close to spring now. So, and God bless.